The decryption key for an entire BitLocker volume lives in RAM while the drive is mounted. Hit the power button. The key is gone. Capture the RAM. First, the key is yours. FVEK Full Volume Encryption Key. This is why every CHFI examiner who sees a powered-on Windows machine dumps memory before doing anything else. Encryption is the wall, the key is the door, and forensic technique is about finding the door before the suspect closes it. Today, BitLocker, VeraCrypt, FileVault, password attacks, anti-forensics. The full anti-forensic playbook. Start with the most common, BitLocker, built into Windows Vista, and later Enterprise Pro Ultimate Editions, uses the TPM chip, Trusted Platform Module, seals the encryption key. Key is released only when boot integrity is verified. Encryption, AES 128 or AES 256, CBC or XTS mode. Recovery, 48-digit BitLocker recovery key, stored in Active Directory or Microsoft account. 4 protector modes. TPM only, auto unlocks on boot. TPM plus PIN requires PIN at boot. TPM plus USB requires USB key at boot. Password only, no TPM. Password protects the key. Forensic approach. Search Active Directory for the recovery key. PowerShell, get a dObject dash filter object class equals MSFVE recovery information. Acquire RAM while the drive is unlocked. FVEK may be there. Examine the hibernation file. HIBERFIL.SYS may contain keys, and cold boot attack. Extract RAM contents within seconds of power loss. VeraCrypt, the open source heir to TrueCrypt. Plausible deniability. Hidden volume. Inside and outer volume. 2 passwords. 2 volumes. No way to prove the outer volume is not the entire content. Key derivation. PBKDF2 with RIP EMD 160 SHA 512 or Whirlpool 100,000 plus iterations. Slows down brute force. Encryption, AES, Serpent, Twofish or Cascades. No backdoor, no key escrow. Forensic challenge. Cannot distinguish a VeraCrypt container from random data. Hidden volume has no identifiable header. If the passphrase is unknown, brute force is essentially impossible due to key stretching. Approaches. RAM while mounted. Registry for volume paths and MRU lists. Volatility, malfind, and handles for mounted container evidence. FileVault 2 on macOS. XTS AES 128 on APFS or HFS+. Personal recovery key, or institutional recovery key via MDM. T2 chip on Intel Macs from 2018. Apple Silicon on M1 and later. Keys fused to the chip. Imaging without device credentials, impossible. Forensic approach, Apple ID credentials or recovery key, or live forensics while unlocked. 6 password attack methods, each with trade-offs. Dictionary attack tries words from a word list. rocku.txt is the classic. Fast, good against common passwords. Brute force tries every possible combination. Slow, impractical for long or complex passwords. Rule-based applies rules to dictionary words. Capitalize, add numbers, leet speak, fast, good against predictably modified passwords. Hybrid, dictionary words plus brute force appended characters. Good balance. Rainbow table, pre-computed, hash to plaintext lookup table, very fast lookup, defeated by salting. Modern OS password storage uses salted hashes. Pass the hash, uses the captured hash directly for authentication. No cracking needed. Instant, limited to network authentication. Mode choice depends on what you know about the target and how much time you have. Cracking tools. Hashcat, Windows and Linux. GPU accelerated, supports 350 plus hash types. Rule engine, benchmark mode, the industry workhorse. Hashcat syntax, hashcat-m1000-0 hashes.txt rocku.txt. -m is the hash mode. -a is the attack mode. Common mode numbers. 0 is MD5. 100 is SHA1. 1000 is NTLM, Windows. Memorize this number. 1800 is SHA 512 crypt, Linux / etc. / shadow. 13100 is Kerberos TGS, Kerberosting, John the Ripper, JTR, CPU based. Multiple formats, community extended version, John the Ripper Jumbo, Ophcrack, Rainbow table based. Excellent for Windows NTLM hashes. GUI available. L0PDH crack, Windows focused. SAM and Active Directory hashes. Kane enable, Windows, password cracking plus packet capture, largely legacy now. Extract Windows hashes, reg save HKLM SAM and HKLM system, then in packet secrets dump, or from memory, volatility hash dump. Timestomping, manipulation of file timestamps to hide activity. Common anti-forensic technique. How it works. Tools modify the $standard information attribute in the MFT. Metasploit's timestamp module, timestamp file.x-m01/01/2020, sets a fake modification time. Detection. The key technique that wins exam points. Compare $standard information timestamps versus $file name timestamps. SI. Modifiable by user, set by tools. FN. Only updated by the file system. Hard to modify. Detection indicators. SI timestamps earlier than FN creation and impossible without tampering. SI and FN have different values for the same event. SI shows unrealistic precision. Exactly midnight. Tools often set round numbers. $USNJRNL and $LOG file entries inconsistent with SI. Tools MFTECMD from Eric Zimmerman shows SI and FN side by side. Plaso, log2 timeline for full timelines. Autopsy timeline module for visual gaps and clusters. X-Ways forensics side by side comparison. Memorize the SI versus FN test. It's the exam's favorite anti-forensic detection question. Log wiping, the attacker's cover-up. Windows event log clearing. WebTotal CL system. WebTotal CL security. WebTotal CL application. PowerShell. Clear event log dash log name security. But here's the gift. Event ID 1102 security log. The audit log was cleared. Records Boichu cleared the security log. Event ID 104 system log. The system log file was cleared. These events are logged before the clearing. Often, the attacker misses or cannot delete these specific entries. Other detection signals. Time gaps in sequential event IDs. Log file size suddenly resets to minimal. SIEM remote logging. If logs were forwarded before clearing, originals survive. VSS volume shadow copies. Previous versions of log files may be recoverable. Linux log clearing /var/log/auth.log size log btmp ~/.bash_history detection stat/var/log/auth.log size 0 means wiped. Last B shows failed logins from btmp. Last shows successful logins from wtmp. Empty means cleared. Event ID 1102 is the exam favorite. Memorize it. PE packers, compression plus encryption wrapped around an executable. Purpose, evade antivirus, hide known malware signatures. Effect, the packed file contains mostly unintelligible data. Original code is only visible in memory at runtime. Common packers, UPX, Universal Packer for executables. Most common, open source, can be unpacked automatically. UPX-dfile.x, PE compact, commercial. Thamida, strong commercial protector, used by serious malware to resist analysis. MPRESS, common in malware. Custom packers, written by malware authors specifically to evade detection. Detection tools. PEID, legacy classic, identifies common packers from PE signatures. Detect it easy. DIE, modern replacement for PEID, detects packers, compilers, linkers. Xinfo PE identifies packer type, provides packer-specific unpack hints. Strings command. Packed files show very few readable strings. High entropy. Entropy analysis. Over 7.0 in code sections means packed or encrypted. Unpacking. Static for known packers like UPX. Dynamic. Execute in a sandbox. Dump process memory after the stub runs. Analyze the dump. API hooking. Virtual alloc and write process memory to capture unpacked code. Anti-forensics in 3 layers. Encryption, BitLocker, VeraCrypt, FileVault, RAM and recovery keys are your access path. Passwords. Hashcat with mode 1000 for NTLM. John the Ripper. Salting defeats rainbow tables. Anti-forensic techniques. Timestomping detected by SI versus FN. Log wiping detected by event ID 1102. Packed malware detected by entropy and DIE. Domain 5 is complete. Next up, Domain 6, Windows Forensics. Volatile data collection. Memory analysis. The most tested domain in the entire CHFI exam. Objective 6.1, Volatile data collection and memory analysis. Coming next.